Hello everyone, I am M. Suganya, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, Bharadiyar Arts and Science College for Women. In this video, we are going to see some topics in number theory. Before going to start, what is number? A number is a mathematical object to count, measure and label. There are many classifications to number system. For example, natural numbers, integers, whole numbers, rational numbers and irrational numbers. In this section, we see some basic definitions and theorems related to divisibility. The first one is divisibility. An integer b is divisible by an integer a not 0, that is a is not equal to 0. If there is an integer x such that b which is equal to ax and we write it as a divides b, or b is a multiple of a. In case b is not divisible by a, we can write it as a does not divides b. The next one is proper divisor. If a divides b and 0 less than a less than b, that is the value of a is less than the value of b, then a is said to be the proper divisor to b. The notation a power k proper divisor to b indicates that a power k divides b, but a power k plus 1 does not divides b. The next one is well ordering principle. Every non-empty set of positive integer contains a least element. This can be proved by the following example. Let b which is equal to 49 and a which is equal to 9. Now divide b by a. That is 49 divide 9, we get 5 as a quotient, 4 as a remainder. It can be written as 49 which is equal to 5 into 9 plus 4. Now the multiple of 9 gives set of all 9, 18, 27 and so on. Therefore, subtracting less than 49 and greater than 49 from 49 and rearranging, we get the remainder set capital S which is equal to 4, 13, 22 and so on, which gives when b falls on a multiples of a, the remainder is 0, that is r which is equal to 0. Suppose b falls between the multiples of a, then the remainder set is of the form b minus aq, q in integers. Therefore, generally we can write it as capital S which is equal to b minus aq, such that b minus aq greater than or equal to 0, q belongs to integers. The least positive value in the set capital S is 4. Therefore, the remainder is 4. Therefore, every positive integer set have at least one least positive element in this set. This proves the well ordering principle. Next one is division algorithm. Division algorithm states that given any integer a and b with a greater than 0, there exist unique integers q and r such that b which is equal to aq plus r, 0 less than or equal to r less than a. If a does not divides b, then r satisfies a stronger inequality 0 less than or less than a. Now, the proof of division algorithm. From the above example, consider the set capital S which is equal to b minus aq such that b minus aq greater than or equal to 0, q belongs to integers. Be the arithmetic progression. Now we have to prove that the set capital S is non-empty. Consider the set capital S which is equal to b minus x into a such that b minus x into a greater than or equal to 0, x belongs to integer. Suppose if b greater than or equal to 0 and fix x equal to 0, that is substitute the value of x equal to 0 in the above set S, we get b greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, b is in the set capital S, which implies b belongs to capital S. Next case is if b less than 0 and fix x equal to b. Substitute x equal to b in the above set capital S, we get b into 1 minus a greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, b into 1 minus a is in the set capital S, which implies b minus ba belongs to capital S. Therefore, the set capital S is non-empty. By the well ordering principle, every positive integer set have least element. Therefore, the set S has the least element and take it be r. Therefore r which is equal to b minus aq for some integer q. Next we have to show that the inequality 0 less than or equal to r less than a. From the set S we have r which is equal to b minus aq greater than or equal to 0, which implies r greater than or equal to 0. Next we have to show that r less than a. Conversely, we have to assume that r greater than or equal to a, which implies r minus a greater than or equal to 0. Now take r which is equal to b minus a into q. Subtracting a on both sides, we get r minus a which is equal to b minus qa minus a, which implies r minus a which is equal to b minus q plus 1 into a. But we have r minus a greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, the right side of the value greater than or equal to 0. The value greater than or equal to 0, the value is in the set capital S, which implies b minus q plus 1 into a belongs to capital S. But from the arithmetic progression, we have b minus q plus 1 into a less than b minus q into a, which implies b minus a into q plus 1 less than r, which is a contradiction. Therefore, our assumption is wrong. R greater than or equal to a is wrong, which implies r less than a. Therefore, q and r with 0 less than or equal to r less than a, such that b which is equal to qa plus r. Next we have to prove the uniqueness of this theorem. Suppose there exists another pair of integers q1 and r1 such that 0 less than or equal to r1 less than a and b which is equal to q1a plus r1. Our claim is r1 equal to r and q1 equal to q. Suppose r less than r1, which implies r1 minus r greater than 0. Now take b which is equal to q1a plus r1 and b which is equal to qa plus r, which implies r1 which is equal to b minus q1 into a and r which is equal to b minus qa. From the above equation, we get r1 minus r which is equal to q minus q1 into a. By the definition of divisibility, we can write it as a divides r1 minus r. But this is a contradiction to if a divides b, a greater than 0 and b greater than 0, then a less than or equal to b. Therefore, r1 minus r equal to 0, which implies r1 equal to r. Also, from the above equation we have r1 minus r which is equal to q1 minus q into a, which implies q minus q1 into a equal to 0. Since a greater than 0, which implies q minus q1 equal to 0, which implies q which is equal to q1. This proves the uniqueness of this theorem. Next one is greatest common divisor. The integer a is a common divisor of b and c, and in the case a divides b and a divides c. Since there is a only finite number of divisors of any non-zero integer, there is a only finite number of common divisors of b and c, except in the case b equal to c equal to 0. If at least one of b and c is not 0, the greatest among the common divisor is called a greatest common divisor of b and c, and it is denoted by in the bracket b comma c. Similarly, we denote the greatest common divisor g of the integral b1 comma b2 comma etc. bn not all 0, and it is denoted by in the bracket b1 comma b2 comma etc. bn. Thus, the greatest common divisor of b comma c is defined for every pair of integers b comma c except b equal to 0 and c equal to 0, with b comma c greater than or equal to 1. Next, this is the example for greatest common divisor. Now, we have to find the greatest common divisor between 1180 and 482. Now, using Euclidean algorithm, divide 1180 by 482. We get 2 as a quotient, 216 as a remainder. Next, 482 as a dividend, 216 as a divisor. we get 50 as a remainder. The next step is 216 as a dividend, 50 as a divisor. We get 16 as a remainder. Repeated this process until we get the remainder is 0. Therefore, the last non-zero remainder is in the problem is 2, which is called the greatest common divisor of the given numbers 1180 and 482. Therefore, the GCD of 1180, 482, which is equal to 2. The next one is least common multiple. The integers a1, a2, a3, etc. an all different from 0 have a common multiple b. If ai divides b for all I which is equal to 1, 2, etc. n. The least of the positive common multiple is called the least common multiple, and it is denoted by in the set bracket a1, a2, etc. an. For example, we have to find the least common multiple of 482 and 1687. By the previous example, by the Euclidean algorithm, we divide 1687 by 482, we get 241 as a remainder. We have to repeat this for process by we getting last non-zero elements. Therefore, the last non-zero remainder is 241, which is the GCD of 482 and 1687. We get 241 as a greatest common divisor. Already we know that the formula least common multiple of a comma b and greatest common divisor of a comma b, which is equal to a into b. From this, which implies least common multiple of a comma b equal to ab divided by greatest common divisor of a comma b. Substituting the values of a and b, we get the least common multiple of 482 and 1687. Thank you.